We are doing a whirlwind in and out trip, and we are staying at the Pop Century Resort, Disney's Pop Century Resort, which is based on different decades: the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. I only identify with 3 of those: the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And we like this resort. It's the first one we ever stayed at, and I would say it's the one we've stayed at the most too, because it's one of their economy resorts, so it's not very expensive. By not very expensive, I mean that it's usually somewhere in the 120 to 190, depending on the time of year, per night, which is still kind of expensive, but not for Disney. And even though it's one of the economy ones, it has a few things going for it above the other economy ones. One of those is a Skyliner. It has gondolas going to 2 of the parks. If you see my other videos, you see the Skyliner. So staying here, as opposed to, say, the All-Star resorts, which aren't on the Skyliner, that's just another way to get around that, and you're paying kind of the same price. So it's worth it to come here. I'll show you some images of the grounds and of our room. The grounds are also based on the different decades that I mentioned before. So for example, over here it's the purple, and this is the 50s area. And the stairways in the 50s area look like bowling pins, because bowling was huge in the 50s. They also have a pool. You can't see it from here, but right around, if you keep going that way, that looks like a bowling pin. Here is the lobby, essentially. And normally you don't have to come here at all. You can check in online and it'll tell you what room you have, and you just go straight there. We had to come here this morning because we were trying to get an early room. I also enjoy how they have some nostalgia stuff up on the wall. 70s stuff. And then it moves into 80s stuff. Now we moved into the 80s over here. So this is all in the, there's a name for this, something hall. I can't remember what it is. Oh, there's an Atari up there. Man, I loved my Atari. And old computers. Never had any of those. They also have the Everything Pop store there, where it's a little shopette. And it's a good size, and it has a good number of items. And if you forget something like toothpaste, toothbrush, that sort of thing, then you can get it there. There's also the restaurant in there too. It's just counter service kind of restaurant, but it's also in there. And most of the things we've gotten there have been pretty good. We're gonna look at the shopping district first. They have a good selection of merchandise, and broken up mostly into sections. Like this is the 2021 stuff. I like that design. I like all the different colors. Oh, this is a cool shirt. I like red, white, and blue stuff, just because I think the colors look really good together. $37 for that shirt. But that is actually really cool. I like that shirt a lot. Bunch of different hats. It's June Pride Month, so I expect there's probably a big Pride section somewhere. Last year they were closed during Pride, so when we came back in July and September, they had a huge discount on Pride stuff because they weren't able to sell it during the month of June, because they were closed that whole month, because that's when the pandemic was, I'm sorry, that's when they were still closed for the pandemic. Disney Dad stuff. These are t-shirts you can, I know you can probably get in like World of Disney and Disney Springs, and in the like the Emporium, for example, in Disney World. I love when you look at this here. I really like the design, not just the rainbowy thing, but I like that design. And then when you look down here, you don't realize until you see it that it's actually really, really like shiny sequin. More t-shirts. And people over here. Let's move this way. Socks. And here we go. Rainbow stuff. I've seen people wearing this hat. I've seen people wearing this hat. I sent a couple of friends this mug last year. Shout out to Dylan and Zach, who we came with on vacation last time we were here a month ago. A Rainbow Pixar ball. Rainbow Mickey Minnie. I like that one. More stuff. Not that I carry purses, but if I carried a purse, I think that would be kind of cool in lieu of your traditional kind of purse. I was mentioning the H2O beauty stuff where people actually like to buy it and take it home with them. Not me. I don't love the smell. I mean, it's not a horrible smell. It's just not one that appeals to me. Ooh, I like those rainbow socks. I might have to get those. 11 each when you buy 2. That would wear the Kermit ones too. Oh, these are nice though. I'm not sure if those are men's. I guess they're probably unisex, but don't those ones at the bottom look bigger? Maybe not. Let's see. Or there's like a sort of raincoat-ish type of coat. I like this with the Mickey and the hood. They're more like windbreakers.
Actually, I would get
and leggings. Is this the rose gold? Just one of the gold kinds. These sell like crazy. Oh, it doesn't even say. I don't know how much these are. Oh, there it is. 30 bucks. And then like monorail merchandise. I think that's cool actually. Oh, parking lot tram. Stitch train. Plushies. So essentially it is a mini shop of items that you can get in various different places in Disney. Clothing, jewelry, puzzles. We have this one. We have yet to put it together. We need to. I keep forgetting that. Dolls over here. Exit to where the buses are. And if you forget your essentials, they have some toiletries. It's pretty cool, huh? So one time we needed to buy some powder because, you know, it gets a little swampy down here in ways that we're not used to when we're in Colorado. So powder was my friend. And then bags too, in case you decide you need more bags in the park. Never hurts to have a bag. Or, you know, you forget your stroller. I mean, honestly, if you didn't want to bring the hassle of carrying your stroller and you just wanted to come here and buy $40 worth of stroller and then ditch it afterwards, that's not that bad. Or you can rent one every day too. I don't know how much they are. So that leads us into the Everything Pop Dining, which is really just sort of cafeteria style. I had said it was a quick service, and it is in a way, but it's really more like a cafeteria style quick service where there's people up there, they hand you what you need, and you can come back here and eat. And the menu changes throughout the day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Although Disney's been pushing the mobile ordering. So I wonder if they expect you to do that rather than coming. Yep, sure enough, you can't go up to any of the booths right now. You have to mobile order, and then you can go up and grab it at those booths up there. But they are letting you do your own sodas. Last time we were here, which is only a month ago. Not in the hotels. We weren't in the hotels a month ago. But last time we came to Disney, none of the self-service soda options worked. You had that somebody was standing here, you'd give them their cup, and they would get the soda for you. Now that has been relaxed, so you can actually go up and get your own soda if you wish. And when you walk out of the main hall where the lobby is, you walk right into the Hippy Dippy pool. This is the 60s area right here, and they have a bar over there called Petals that has a drink called the Banana Cabana, which I love to death, and I'm probably going to be having one here soon. So we're gonna walk this way through the decades. We are in the 70s, which is the next one over. We had originally a premium room that I paid for, but we got downgraded by my request to a standard room. Premium room means, like, for example, it's a normal room, but it's closer to the middle here, closer to Hippy Dippy Pool, closer to the restaurant, that sort of thing. So like if you're in the 60s areas, those tend to be more of the premium rooms. But I told them this morning that I was more concerned about getting a room that was available rather than getting a room exactly of the quality that I had paid for. And so they were able to get me one over here in the 70s, which is only one building over, so it's not really a big deal. And it's available, and they refunded the difference. I'm paying for a standard room instead of a room that is premium. Well, this Surfer Goofy over here in an old sports car. And like how in the 70s, the stairwells are 8-track tapes. Not sure if you can see that. Oh, this one's better. They're 8-track tapes. So we are in building 6. We just need to go find our room. Should be on the 2nd floor somewhere. I mentioned that the 50s have bowling pin stairways and the 70s have 8-track tapes. The 60s have yo-yos. Duncan yo-yos. Skyliner is just behind that building there. So it's not even that far from where we are. So here we are in the room. So first of all, you don't need keys or key cards. You can use your magic band. So I have my magic band. All I have to do is tap it to here and that will let me in. And it's key to both mine and Josh's magic band, so we can both get in. So we did actually get a king bed, which is pretty cool. That's a rarity. I asked for one, I think, every time, and this is the first time we've ever gotten it. It's not a huge deal. I mean, if we didn't get a king bed, we'd get 2 queens, not a big deal. The thing about the king bed versus the queen bed is like the king bed takes up more space, so it gets us here. But if we had 2 queens, there would be a queen bed over here where this bed is. And then over here, there would actually be like a table that sticks out that converts into, it's like a Murphy bed that would come down and become the other queen bed. But instead, we have our coffee machine there and we have a little refrigerator down there. I think of it more of a cooler rather than a refrigerator. Like it doesn't get things as cold as a refrigerator does. So keep that in mind if you ever come here. We have a little table, which is perfect. Josh can work from there when his class comes up in just a little bit. And then you have a nice little dresser drawers over here. What I like about this is these have been remodeled recently. All of the Pop Century has, whoops, hit myself on things. So there are USBs and extra plugs everywhere. So not just over here, but over on both sides of the bed too. So each of us has our own light that we can turn on and off independently. And you can plug, say, your like my watch and my phone over here for when I'm sleeping. And then of course the incredible bed. And the other door in case you are having other people in the door next to you. Coat rack, which is not necessary on this trip because it's very hot. And then the bathroom. Hey, look, it's me in the picture. It's me in the movie. Where's the camera? Or the light? There it is. Okay, a little bit of closet space. Some shelves down there. Some hangers up there. Full-size ironing board if you need it. Some more space to put toiletries. A nice big sink. I always like really good sink, big sinks. Towels, extra towel. More space. The Disney's H2O beauty product, which I'm actually not a huge fan of. I don't like the smell of it. People love this stuff though, and you can buy it. And it's great for them. It's never been my thing. Plugs here, and then there's a mirror too for like a vanity mirror, and I think there's actually a light on that. Yeah, there is, so like a makeup mirror. The bathroom is right next to it. It closes through a sliding door. Oh, another mirror too, full size, that's pretty cool. Sliding door, you have your toilet of course, and sliding doors on the bathroom. More of the H2O product, and rather than having little bottles that people might take, they have it like hooked to the wall, and then you just have these pumps to use it if you want to, and then they only have to replace it every so often. And one thing I love about their showers here in the rooms that have been what's the word I'm looking for? Refurbished. Thank you, Josh. From the other room, you have a handle that you can pull off and spray if you need to, but you also have more of like a rainfall kind of shower that I love. And I'm a tall person. Well, 6 foot. There are definitely people taller than I am, but I've gone to hotels before where the shower head is right at my like chest level, and I've ducked down to wash my hair. This is high enough that I can stand under it and be fine. And there's also, if you needed a clothesline that you can pull across, hook to the other side, because there are pools here if you want to, go swimming, and then you can dry your items on the line. Josh and I are not generally pool people. We enjoy the pool, but we don't go in the pool here. We've never been in the pool here often. I feel like it's more like kids' pools. I mean, they're literally just kind of the generic pools. They're in cool shapes, but there's one that looks like a computer, but it's just a square pool. And the hippy dippy one looks like a flower, like the old kind of like 60s flower. And the bowling pin one is shaped like a bowling pin, but they're just regular pools. There's nothing really special about them. as opposed to when we stayed at the yacht club, where their pool was essentially a mini water park. There was water slides, and they actually had hot tubs. You will only find hot tubs in the deluxe resorts in Disney. Not even the moderate resorts have them. But moderate resorts will have better pools. Like we've stayed at the Caribbean Beach, and they actually have a couple of water slides there and kind of a big pool with a lot of different areas. And that's okay. You know, this is the right cost for us. We're probably not gonna spend much time in the pool anyway, so I don't need to pay extra for a pool that I'm not gonna spend time in. Having said that, the time we spent in the pool at the yacht club was really awesome, and I would do that again. One thing I forgot to mention is that they leave the TV on for you that is on your, like it says Disney Pop Century Resort. So every resort has their own sort of TV. And we stayed, I think it was the yacht club, where it said, you know, welcome Kidwell family. So there, you know, there's higher levels if you're paying more. Yacht club is deluxe. It's the only deluxe we've ever stayed at. And we won't pay that money again, but it was really nice. So anyway, this just tells you a little bit about what the hours are in the parks and what the temperature is, and a little bit about the Pop Century, and it'll kind of go through different screens. And then they have a number of cable channels, local channels and cable channels, and some premium channels. I think we can get some HBOs and Cinemax. We don't watch a lot of TV when we're here unless we're just about to go to bed, so that doesn't matter too much to us, but it's nice to have. And particularly having the Walt Disney World theme is pretty, or right, Disney World themed channel for your hotel. It's actually kind of nice. I mentioned the Petals Bar earlier. Here it is close up. It's just a bar. And they have other stuff too. Here's an idea of what they have and how much it costs. Some various different beers, wine, sangria. Stuff on the rocks. Banana Cabana, that is my favorite. I get that every day. Well, it's only been one day so far, but Josh likes the blueberry lemonade, and I've had the poolside iced tea before. It's very good. The lava lamp, I'm gonna try that sometime. They also have a pina colada, which is a rum drink, if you want it to be, and they can also make it non-alcoholic, I think, down below. Maybe not. In any case, it's one of those like frozen drinks in like a Slurpee machine. Anyway, so I got my Banana Cabana. I put them over here. That's this drink here, which I love. It's 13 bucks, which is not a small amount, but it's actually not that bad for Disney. Then I also got a refillable cup. So what are these, right? You can buy a refillable cup for your trips. Like this one's only gonna be good for while we're here. And then you can go into the food area here, the cafeteria area, or like over here next to the Petals Bar, you can see over there that there is a drink station right there too. And then it has an RFID chip in the bottom, so it knows that you can't just keep refilling and refilling, because people in the past would use their cup and then they would like fill up 2 gallons of soda, for example. So it knows when to cut you off, and it knows that you can't, you know, get a refill every 3 minutes. So you put your cup down and then you get your soda, and then you can go back later. And it's also teas and hot chocolate and coffee. So we've never done it before. I'm testing it out on this trip to see if it's worth it to get a one of these cups. You know, are we gonna get $20 worth of soda or coffee or whatever? Yeah, Josh, you know, could probably use it in the morning to have some coffee before we head out to the park. And you know, if we come back and rest a little, we can use it to get soda. I've already had a couple of refills on it, rather than buying individual sodas. So it might end up being worth it in the end, we'll see. But it was 20 bucks, 21 something with tax, and you can use it the entire time you're here. So we're only here, you know, 3 days, so maybe it's not as great of a deal for us, but if you're here for a week, absolutely, it would be a great deal. And if we were here for a week, I'd get one for both Josh and I, rather than having to share one. But $40 for the 2 of us for just a couple of days is probably not worth it. We can share.
Well,
in my continuing Pop Century narration, here we have Movie Under the Stars. So people are just kind of sitting out here on towels, or they brought some chairs over, and they're watching Tangled right now. Let's go take a look at the pool. Here's what the pool looks like at night. I like the sprays coming out of the flowers. The bar is still open over there, which you can tell things are changing, because last time we were here at this hotel, the bar closed at like 7 o'clock at night, or 6 or something like that. Now it's open till 11 o'clock. And here's the pool. We're in the 60s area right now, where the Hippy Dippy pool is. 50s is that way. You can see the bowling pin sticking out. Seven in his 80s is the other way. We can't really see them from here. But it's pretty cool, huh? I love this pool. I've never been in it, but I love the pool. Although now it looks super refreshing. I wish I had brought my suit. This here is Hourglass Lake, and it sits in between Art of Animation, which is across the way, and the Pop Century, which is over here. We're in that green building right here, and there's a building over here through the trees. That's where the Skyliner is. So it's not very far from our room to where the Skyliner is. And technically it's not very far from any of the places here. There are just further places.
We're pretty good.
But we've never been too far. But the Art of Animation Resort was supposed to be another decades resort similar to Pop Century, but it was going to be like the 20s and the 30s and the 40s and I think the aughts, the 10s. But they decided against it and did Art of Animation instead. Technically Art of Animation, even though it's a value resort, is themed rooms, like Little Mermaid themed rooms, Nemo themed rooms. So they're usually more expensive, although the rooms in Pop Century have been refurbished recently, so the general feeling is that the rooms at Pop Century are better, even though the rooms at Art of Animation are a little more expensive. And they're both on the Skyliner, the exact same Skyliner, so that's not a plus for one over the other. That'll do it for our review of the Pop Century Resort. Obviously, we recommend it. We love this place. It's reliable, and you know, we'll get a more expensive place when we can. And during the pandemic, some of the really expensive places were a lot cheaper. I don't expect that to happen anymore. So this is always going to be our go-to because the price is right. And honestly, we just need a place to stay that has a comfortable bed and a clean bed and a warm shower. And this place fits the bill and is not very expensive. Plus, we like the amenities. We enjoy the shop and we enjoy the restaurant. And even though we've never gone into the pools, we enjoy sitting near the pools. And I like the Pedals Bar. I can see it right over there. Oh, you can see the reflection there. And just getting a drink and hanging out by the pool. It's nice. There's a really good energy here that I think you would enjoy too. So if you are thinking about a place to stay when you go to Disney World and you don't want to put out a lot of money, Pop Century is a very good choice.